Hi guys, hope you're okay. This is Daniel. So I bumped into a friend today who I haven't seen for many years, and it turns out that she hasn't seen many people for the last 6 months because she's been completely socially isolated during the lockdown period. And we were talking about mental health and how everything's been completely affected by what's been going on in society. And it just really got me to thinking about the whole notion of, the two camps that exist at the moment, i.e., people who are being very protective and keeping themselves to themselves, and other people who are a little bit more relaxed and lackadaisical and wanting to have those social interactions. For me, I fall into the latter camp. I'm very much a people person and I enjoy interacting with people. I'm very extroverted, but equally, I can see that if you are worried about your life and you think that you might catch something, then that can present a bit of an issue or a conundrum where you want to engage with people, but then you don't know how. And when I think about this in terms of just the effects it has on people's mental health, I have come to the conclusion that for me, the way I've come to negate this whole situation is by not worrying about what could potentially go wrong. Because ultimately, life is about living and ultimately dying. We are going to get to the stage one day where we're not going to be here. And when I think about the whole notion of what it is to live versus to exist, I really don't like the idea of being in an existence where I'm constantly worrying about the future and thinking to myself that my life is being completely orchestrated by an unseen enemy that I have absolutely no control over. So it's not to say that you can't really be mindful of what's going on, but I think when we're constantly susceptible to all the information that's coming from external forces, it's very easy for us to become almost, I don't know, like creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where the thing that we're actually afraid of starts to manifest itself in our lives. And for me, I definitely don't want to be in that position. It's not to say that I'm worried or trying to be blissfully ignorant, but I think equally it is really important for us to be mindful of our own mental health and to really take charge of the things that we choose to absorb on a daily basis. Because if you think about something that's going to be negative on a constant basis, then you will attract negativity into your life. And it's not to say you have to have false positivity, because I think that also can be quite naive. But likewise, I just think that happiness ultimately is a bit of a choice. And I think that if we choose to adhere to what it is we want to build in our lives and focus on that, and not worry so much about the things that we can't control, such as the weather, politics, and the socio-economic status of life, under governance of a pandemic per se, then I think life gets a little bit easier, because then you start to break things down into bite-sized chunks, i.e. what can I control? I can control, whether I get up and, have a shower, make my bed, exercise. And those are the things that, in small doses don't seem very significant, but over a period of time, they can start to really build upon your self-esteem and the way that you might feel about yourself. Because I think, a lot of people are feeling quite unnerved by the fact we haven't really got that much control over what's going on. So just as a closing statement, I think that age-old adage of worry about the things you can control and don't worry about the things you can't is one of the best ways we can probably see ourselves through these situations without going completely insane. So they're my very quick thoughts on this. Hopefully there's no major trigger warning for anyone here. Sorry if you have been triggered, but if you have, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't, likewise, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What camp do you fall in? Are you worried? Are you a little bit more relaxed? Let me know below. Until the next video, hope you're all well. Take care and speak soon. Goodbye.